Hi everyone, welcome back to DevOps Info channel. It's been quite some time, almost over a month. In fact, since I last posted a video because I was in vacation. Also, I have some exciting news to share. That's the reason you see the Microsoft logo. I've been nominated once again as an MVP in the security. Thank you all for the incredible support, which motivates me to continue posting new content on the Microsoft Cloud technologies. I will try my best to commit the knowledge that I gain and also get back from the community. So, having said that, today I want to dive into one exciting use case of the Copilot, which I promised previously, that can significantly, enhance your organization's sales experience. So, we are going to look into the Microsoft Copilot for sales. So, let's explore how Copilot can help you identify the potential leads, optimize your sales strategies, and ultimately drive more revenue. So, having said that, let's go into the agenda what we are going to talk today. So, we'll discuss about the key challenges that is faced by the sales team in any of the organization, and we'll discover how the Microsoft Copilot can streamline the operations by leveraging the AI-driven solutions. And also, we'll explore the architecture of a proposed solution and how it integrates with the existing system. And finally, we'll also see the prerequisites and the things that you need to be prepared for using this Copilot for sales. So this is a general business case which I have identified for utilizing the Copilot for sales. Usually, we talk about any sales team. They will always face a significant delays of time-consuming processes, because if you imagine a sales team, they would be dealing with 15 to 20 customers a day. So they would have a huge amount of information overload, which is a time consuming process to reply emails to them, making a phone call, uh, and in turn that will hinder their efficiency and productivity. Uh, and also you talk about the amount of emails they receive back and forth. They will have a sheer volume of data for different customers, and they will have a lot of challenges in processing them. That's leading them to information overload and difficulty in prioritizing the tasks. For example, if you receive 10 emails from different customers and there is a multiple email chains, how are you going to handle that? So as a result, it is going to give you an inconsistent follow-ups with the clients, which is also causing a missed opportunities, and finally also declining the customer satisfaction. So, and also as a result of that, there is a lot of manual task management. It's not only inefficient, but also it's prone to errors because that's affecting the overall workflow and the performance. But there is an opportunity, because if you talk about any organization which is utilizing the Microsoft 365 ecosystem, where they're utilizing Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Outlook, there is always an opportunity to optimize the sales process, because they can speed up the operations through the Copilot. So let's talk about the time consuming task of replying back to the emails, scheduling the meetings. So you can utilize the AI for the tedious operational workloads. So, and also the other thing is, like, for example, if you talk about any a sales team, they would be working on different interfaces, because even though they are utilizing the Microsoft 365 ecosystem, which is Microsoft Outlook, Office for apps, and Microsoft Teams, still there is a different CRM system interface where they need to go. But if you integrate your CRM systems into single tooling, which is Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft Teams, then like they no need to navigate between different panes, because the required information is already retrieved through this option. And little bit of continuous training and coaching will also help them to keep up to date on the new offerings that's coming, obviously, from the Copilot. So, what is Copilot for Sales? While talking about the Copilot for Sales, it comes mainly as two important add-in, which is Sales Copilot for Microsoft Outlook add-in, and then you have the Sales Copilot for Microsoft Teams app. So the Sales Copilot for Microsoft Outlook add-in, Sales Copilot for Microsoft Teams app, they both are represented as a individual manifest, and they are represented. For example, the Sales Copilot for Microsoft Outlook is represented as a third party add-in in Microsoft Outlook. Same, the Sales Copilot for Microsoft Teams app is also represented as a third party app in the Microsoft Teams. So what can Sales Copilot for Microsoft Outlook do in my scenario? It helps in drafting the email summary. Like for example, a customer is sending back and forth emails for a particular day or even a couple of days, that would have the email trail mail. So that looking into that particular email trail mail, it would draft a summary of the email that the particular sales agent needs to reply, and it would bring it in a draft format, which would eventually help the sales agent to review the draft summary. If required, they can make some corrections and send it back. This increases the productivity, right? That's very important. And also talking about the meeting scheduling, the Copilot for Sales Microsoft Outlook can detect the timing that is mentioned in the email and suggest a particular uh, uh, meeting request to be sent to the customer based on looking into the calendar of the sales agent as well. So, which is good. It is helping in the email summary. It is also helping the meeting schedule, which is really good. And the next one is the insights and recommendation, because the Sales Copilot is integrated into a CRM system. It would be able to get the relevant information of that particular customer, and it is going to give you a personalized insights and recommendation. Excuse me. And last but not the least, you also would be able to save the attachments to the CRM, which is a really good option. So that your CRM information is also updated. Like for example, if a customer is sending in any attachments to the email, those attachments you have the opportunity to save to the CRM system. And at this moment, the Sales Copilot is supporting on Dynamics 365 CRM and also Salesforce, a Salesforce environment, and there is an opportunity to connect to a third party Salesforce, but I have not explored that much, and I'm not sure about the process around it. But by default, it supports the Dynamic 365 and the Salesforce. And let's come into the Sales Copilot for Microsoft Teams app. So in the Sales Copilot for Microsoft Teams app, you see the meeting recaps. Like for example, if you're conducting a meeting, of course, when Microsoft Teams has been utilized effectively by any organization, they also send the meeting request from the to the customers. And when the meeting is completed, you have a very good opportunity to do a meeting recap. The Sales Copilot does a meeting recap based on the conversations that you had with the customer, and then it would be also be able to schedule a recurring meeting, which is really good, right? And it could also give you the real time sales tip based on the data that it is retrieved from the CRM system. And it is also giving the date and time support for the record creation into the CRM system, and also it is giving the task management, which is really good, right? Like once the meeting is completed, the relevant task that's been mentioned in the meeting is automatically created, and it is giving a suggestion you want to create it, whatever the task that it's been received, you can either create them, or you can just discard them if it is not relevant to you. But the main thing is, like, these tasks are very important to follow up with your leads. That would definitely give the customer satisfaction, or bringing a new customer into your sales. So that's these are the examples that would really help in enhancing your sales process. And last but not the least, we are also going to talk about the Microsoft Word, which is offered in the premium only. So this Microsoft Word is like something which would help for the Copilot for sales. This is, of course, this Microsoft Word is currently in the public preview at the moment when we are speaking. But however, like from September first week, it is going to be GA. The main part of this Microsoft Word Premium is like this helps in speeding up the document creation. For example, if you're talking about your customers, like the moment when the sales agent wins a sales from for a customer, they need to basically create a proposal, they have to create an invoice, they have to create a RFI and all the documents. So this is also a time consuming process. So the Microsoft Word, when it is integrated with your CRM system, that helps in speeding up the document creation. And also it helps in generating the meeting preparation, which is really good, right? Like for example, when you're going to face a customer, the key important part is like you need to know the customer request, the concerns that was placed before having a meeting, that would help you in addressing the customer queries in a better way, and also that would also lead to better customer satisfaction. So generating the meeting preparation is also helpful with this Microsoft Word. And of course, intelligence with AI and integration with CRM also helps in all the documentation and the other part. Having said that, I'm going to show the examples. These are the examples that you see as a result of the Copilot for Sales. So, for example, for summary of the emails, yeah, you get this like the moment when there is a multiple email threads from a particular customer. The sales for Copilot is able to draft a summary of what are the important things the customer has requested. So this is very good, right? Based on this, the sales agent will be able to interact with this lead, or he'll be able to reply to the customer based on the important points that's requested by the customer. And the next one is like about the teams, like the moment when the teams meeting is completed, you see on the left, on the right side, that's the follow-up task for the meetings. Like for example, send an email with a new code, we'll get back with the info about the storage. Alberto will meet Monday to discuss about the terms and conditions. So all these things were discussed during the meeting, and the sales co-pilot has already created a task and is giving an opportunity to create a task, which is really good, right? And also about the the email that the sales agent has to reply back is also already drafted by the AI, and it is giving you an option to open an Outlook for web and send it. So imagine the productivity that's going to be increased by looking into the way how Copilot is helping the sales team in this scenario. And last but not the least, this is the example that's meeting preparation of the meeting before facing the customer. So these are the information that you could do it on the Microsoft Word, because with the highlights that you can mention, and then the latest activity and the open task for this opportunity, all this information is captured on the Microsoft Word, and then you will be able to better interact with the customers. So overall, like it helps in the task reminders, setting up the automated follow mails, and also giving a better customer insights that is able to analyze the customer data to provide insights and personalized experience. Having said that, let's go into the high level architecture, and let's see. So I'm not taken more technical part into this, considering the time constraint. I don't want to take much time of this. So in the high level architecture, the admin layer is the main important part, where plays a critical role in deploying the Microsoft Teams app as well as the Microsoft Outlook add-in. So basically, the Microsoft Teams app and the Outlook add-in can be installed in two modes. Like one is the admin mode, and the other one is the user interface mode. So, but I highly recommend to always go with the admin mode, because the user interface mode, we never know, like the user who is installing, if he or she doesn't have access to the CRM system and they are not part of the CRM team, it doesn't make any sense to give this feature to them. So it's always better you go in admin mode installation, where your Office 365 team would be able to control the Teams app installation and the Outlook add-in installation from the admin layer, which is really good. And also, one important thing to say is that this MS Outlook add-in and Teams app add-in, this manifest is completely controlled by the Microsoft cloud itself, from the Microsoft side. So basically, they deliver it as a manifest file, and then you don't have any opportunity to modify this or update this. Because every update is done automatically by the Microsoft from their side, which makes the admin's task very easier. So all you need to do is just create the admin, like insert from the admin mode on the admin center, and the from the MS Teams admin center. So Microsoft takes care of releasing the new updates and the new patches for this app, which is really good, right? And from the client layer, you have all this option: Sales Copilot for Microsoft Teams and Sales Copilot for Microsoft Outlook. And let's talk about the right two parts, which is completely taken care by Microsoft. Let's talk about the data AI layer. So the data AI layer, like the Dynamic 365 or the Salesforce, that's your system. How it integrates is shown on the right side. So it has its own boundaries. Microsoft respects everything: data motion, and data at rest, and data transit, and all the communications are done via the TLS, which is perfectly fine. And regarding the authentication and authorization, the authentication happens for the user from the Microsoft Teams and the Microsoft Outlook to your CRM system via the single sign-on, and the authorization is fully granted completely on the access given to your CRM system for the user. So, which is perfectly fine, right? Because all the authentication happens to the enter ID, which is perfectly fine. User no need to enter multiple credentials, and you should no need to have it in different interface. And also all your Office 365 data, like the emails that you have received, is stored in Exchange online. That is represented in the MS Graph, and also whatever that is happening on your Microsoft Teams and Word, everything is on Microsoft, on your tenant and in your location. So this data is also not given directly to the OpenAI, which is good. And Microsoft has partnered with OpenAI, and this is completely working on ChatGPT 3.5 in the backend, which is good. And also one important thing I need to say is the service layer. um, gets all this information from the data and AI layer, and the OpenAI process all this information, everything in the real time. It doesn't process any information in the backend or in the background. Every information is triggered only based on an event. For example, when a customer opens the email from the customer, like it's an invoke request customer when it replies, or customer when scheduling a meeting with the customer, sorry, the sales team, a sales agent when opening an email, a sales agent when replying, or a sales agent when trying to schedule a meeting. Everything is event based. Only then this invoke request triggers, and then the Azure AI, OpenAI process all this information in real time. It doesn't store any data in any other locations, which is good. Um, so as a result of that, all the suggestion is given to the client layer, and then the user is able to receive the suggestion. So, which is really good. And the good part is you're going to use your data effectively, which is present already in your boundary, and AI is going to process them based on the feedback. Sorry, AI is going to process them based on the data it received from the Office 365 and your CRM, which is effectively helping the user. So, having said that, how high level plan, how are you going to do this? Like for any case, I always recommend to assess your current CRM. Just check like how is your current CRM. Is it supporting integration with the Microsoft 365 for sales, Copilot, and also like yeah, if your organization needs to be definitely in a Microsoft 365 ecosystem. That's the main thing. And current process, always suggested to look into the current process, which is being utilized currently by the organization, and how to modify or add this into your current process. And of course, prepare for integration and risk analysis. If you want, you can do some risk analysis, but in this case, I don't see any risk analysis, because you're going to use your data effectively by using the OpenAI. So there is no data that's been taken out of your system, which is really good. And then finally, you're going to roll out the Copilot for sales, and finally, you're going to get the feedback and training. Let's get a little bit deeper into how to start this. Basically, we are going to talk about identifying one of the business case most repetitive wants to be identified. Like for example, in this case, sales agent forgets to create the task and following up with this lead. That can be one of the business case. But for example, doing writing up a summary email to the customer, that can also be another one business case. And For example, setting up a meeting with the sales with the customer, that is also one of the important case. So we have a lot of business case. And the next part is you need to validate that, look out for any risk assessment to be evaluated with the security team. That's very important. And then, in this case, I also say there is nothing security because all your data is present exactly in the place where it needs to be. And you're not taking any data out of your boundary. AI is processing everything in the real time, and it's only event driven based, which is good. And finally, you're going to pick one business case and make it a successful POC. But here, it's always it's suggested to look for a few pilot users who are who are techie and who are really interested in adopting the new technologies. And after that, you're going to get the feedback from them, which is really good because they know the current system, current process well, and they can give you better, you know, improvements on how to roll it out in the larger audience. And if there is any improvement on the product, they also get we will also get the feedback from them. So the moment when the pilot is completed, then you can always go ahead and roll it for the larger audience and then generate the feedback and see the results. And that would definitely help in proceeding further on a larger rollout. Having said that, I would say it is definitely a time savings for your sales team. It's increasing more productivity. It's giving a better sales opportunity. Of course, there is a revenue growth and also a better insights. And this is the summary. Uh, with this, your team would be able to close the sales deals quickly and efficiently with the new generative AI powered sales copilot. It provides an intelligent natural language interface to all of your sales data in the CRM systems like Salesforce or Dynamic 365 or any connected external data sources that we need to export, and see like how sales copilot generates insights and content in the flow of work with skills. Yeah, that helps everyday tasks in Microsoft 365 embedded with your CRM system. That helps to enhance the seller experience, which is good, and also it gives the higher customer satisfaction, and it gives a personalized interaction data. Because for example, any sales team, they would most of the cases they have their own templates which they use in general for all the customers, but here you're going to make a personalized interaction data to all the customers, which is really good. They get the accurate responses, and of course, it's giving you better work-life balances. And finally, the sellers are also staying up to date and innovative on the products, which is making them to be happier in their work environment. That's all I wanted to give a summary about the sales for Copilot. And one important thing, if you want to utilize this, you need to have the Copilot license, and on top of that, you need to have the sales for Copilot license, because the sales for Copilot is offered in two licenses: Sales for Copilot Standard and Sales for Copilot Premium. So it doesn't work only with Sales for Copilot Standard and Premium. You need to have the you need to have the Copilot license, and on top of that, you need to have the Microsoft Sales for Copilot Standard or Premium license. So just feel free to utilize this and share the feedback about this in the comment section. And thank you, and you have a great day.